Okay, let's watch One Fire.
I'm ready.
Okay.
One fire in the forest won't keep the night away. The sunset waited for us, but now it's turning gray. The castle crumbles near me, dark against the sky. But if no one can hear me, can I say goodbye? This fire begs for water, if you beg to be free. So with these tears of sorrow, I'll bid farewell to thee.
Any Stevens-Einstein equations there?
Yes.
Go
Yes.
on.
Well, I will. GM equals GY. I'm sorry, all this math again. There are your entire life, I shouldn't be so didactic. My entire life can be divided into two categories. One, getting myself to do something. Two, getting another person to do something. And a corollary of that, GM getting myself equals GY getting yourself, is that there are two finishing ceremonies. The psychologists call that unilateral, say that 4 times fast. They call it unilateral closure versus bilateral closure. So this guy's right on it. One fire in the forest can't keep the night away. The sunset waited for us, but now it's turning gray. The castle crumbles near us, dark against the sky. But if no one can hear us, can I say goodbye? So he's saying, well, am I having unilateral closure? GM, getting myself to do something, which apparently is, in this sense, saying goodbye to her or giving up his fantasy of her, the disappointment of losing her. If no one can hear us, can I say goodbye? In other words, can I say goodbye without you here to say goodbye to? I know in my life I had this cut it short. Somebody I know really well was very fond of a woman who was like maybe 34, and he realized he wasn't going to spend his life with her. Bam! So he cut it. What was that? I don't know how that fits in unilateral versus bilateral closure, but it just came to my mind. But anyway, that was bilateral. What did this guy need in this? Did this guy need her to hear him say goodbye? I guess we could ask him if he wrote her the song, sent her the song. Is this about him getting himself to do something? I think so. Or is it trying to get somebody else to do something? I don't think in this song he's trying to get her to do anything, except in a sense, if he did send it to her, he's trying to get her to listen to it. Says, this fire begs for water if you beg to be free. In other words, I want to put out the flame I feel for you. If you're begging to be free of me, the fire begs for water. So with these tears of sorrow, I'll bid farewell to thee. I don't know, maybe we should call her and ask her if she heard it. Okay, has a song lyric ever provided a moment of truth for you?
Maybe there's one song like this, the first one that comes to mind, "A year from now we'll all be gone," which just kind of, I guess, struck me that you never know where you'll be in a year, like, or who you'll be with in a year. And it's just like it feels more true now, because every year I've been, you end up somewhere different. I truly have no idea where I'll be in a year. That's the first thing that comes to mind, but I'm sure there have been many more.
Who wrote that? Was that?
That's The Head and the Heart. It's part of a song by The Head and the Heart. It's a folk band. Folk, if you want to call it that.
The Head and the Heart, huh?
The Head and the Heart.
Okay. Have you ever had a musical hero like I have Zimmy Zimmerman?
Musical hero. Florence and the Machine. She's amazing. I don't know, she has a crazy voice. Her lyrics are very insightful. It's really easy to connect with her music. Ben Howard is another one who, have you heard of Ben Howard? No, he's an English singer, songwriter, I guess. Fairly kind of earthy or something. Natural, outdoorsy kind of music. It makes you feel like you're, I don't know, a kid or outdoors camping or something. It's very peaceful.
I'm interested. You had the jazz band. When you started, were you playing music in a group from a very young age?
No, I probably started playing guitar when I was young, but music in a group didn't start happening until middle school, so I guess that would have been 12 or 13. And that was, like band.
Yeah, and I had a band. I wanted to play the violin, because I guess they had a music person came and she saw if we have an ear, so if you could hold a tune, they figured, okay, you could play the violin because you had to hear it. And my parents wouldn't let me. I had to wait the next year till I played the trumpet. Then I had Mr. Brusiloff was the only one I can remember all the way through 9th grade, playing the tuba and the trombone and stuff. So that was playing in a group. But it was almost like a completely different activity I played a little bit of guitar, and I had the dream, but it was like, I don't know how old I was, maybe 19 or 20, I can't remember exactly. But when I started to play music and write songs, that was like a completely different activity almost than being in the band,
Right, of course.
But in one sense it wasn't, because it was being affected by the something, the music makes an effect. But for you then, was when you started writing, was it sort of like very personal, it's just yourself?
I never wrote too much, and if I wrote, I more would do music, not lyrics. So it was just for me, though. It was just, sitting down, and when something sounds good and feels good, then I would play it for me. Certainly not.
Was it connected to your interior feelings in a?
Yeah, I mean, you use the different chords to express how you're feeling, and did what I could. I was, as a 16-year-old or whatever, but certainly.
Yeah, I think back, I was in a barbershop quartet with Mr. Axtell. Fay Axtell was his name. And God bless him, he had the four of us, Bobby Hoffman, Steve Harris, and Tommy Allen, and me. And boy, I wish I had that boy soprano again. Boy sopranos are so pure,
Yeah.
And so what was that? Interesting, I don't know. But for me, it was like a completely different universe in that sense.
Let's watch the Champagne of Innocence.
Okay.
On
the day that my childhood died in its chains, I stood by the prison, crying in shame. I threw down my dreams like a matchbook in flames, watched as my past disappeared in the fire. The anger I felt has now turned to trust. I ask no questions, I just do what I must. And the earth's last mystery leaves no tracks in the dust of those dead and dying I once loved. With the champagne of innocence, I joined you to me. But the bottles that we drank from have drifted out to sea. And this loneliness I feel is all that's left of being free. But I'm ready for whatever it brings me. Turn to trust. I ask no questions, I just do what I must. And the earth's last mystery leaves no tracks in the dust of those dead and dying I once loved.
Wow, I know what you're going to ask me.
Equations.
This is like graduate level work, you know. We should. This is for graduate students. This isn't undergraduate. Yeah, okay. ML equals SEF. My loneliness is someone else's fault.
Okay.
I think when I get the Nobel Prize, I think it's probably going to be for that one, because that was so incredible the way that revolutionized the entire consciousness of the globe. It had a big effect in Mercury too. All the ammonia chloride really redistricted itself in very interesting ways when that equation got there. My loneliness is someone else's fault. I guess that's related to you make me feel. What? So let's back this up here. My loneliness is someone else's fault. I want to blame somebody, I might as well blame you. So that's a very nice little package. I'm lonely, it's your fault. Any questions? Goes my favorite bumper sticker, which says, God said it, I believe it, and that settles it. Actually, my favorite is, if English was good enough for Jesus Christ, it's good enough for me. I really believe that, you know. Why should we have these other languages, you know? So that's what he's saying here. This loneliness I feel is all that's left of being free. So this guy in the song is thinking, wait. He's working through You know, you can see the young laboratory technician scientists struggling here for their formative years. This would be good for my Nobel speech, you know. that wait, let's back up. On the day that my childhood died in its chains, I stood by the prison crying in shame. I threw down my dreams like a matchbook in flames and watched as my past disappeared in the fire. The anger I felt has now turned to trust. I ask no questions, I just do what I must, and the earth's last mystery leaves no tracks in the dust of those dead and dying I once loved. Whoa. With the champagne of innocence I joined you to me, but the bottles we drank from have drifted out to sea, and this loneliness I feel is all that's left of being free. So he's also got in there, I can be angry without losing control. He's telling us right here about his anger, isn't he? Yeah, the anger I felt has now turned to trust. So something, he's free, got himself free of his anger. And then he gets into ICBA equals WLC. Sorry for the math again, but I can be angry without losing control. That's what we talked about earlier. And on top of that, ICTY equals IWTAI. I can tell you I will think about it. What? That is really a revolutionary thing, that somebody comes to you frequently with a hand grenade they want to hand you. Well, are we going to go on Tuesday or not? Or do you want to do this? You know, are you going to do that? I'll think about it. Whoa, what'd you say? And then on top of that, and this, got me a lot of good citations, I can tell myself I will think about it, which is sort of related to I have conflicting feelings and it's normal. I'm not sure. For me, we were talking about the feelings. My new thing that I just never realized I could do is listen to my impulse. I remember having so many impulses. Well, I could go, I don't do that. Well, maybe I'll go, it could be well, maybe I'll go for a run. Wait a second. A little light bulb just went off in your head, suggesting something. That was an impulse. Let's at least bring it over, sit it down, calm down, slow down. What was that impulse? Oh. And then a lot of times now, for me, that impulse gets elevated, and that's what I do. And that's because of what I was able to do there.
Maybe this is a good time to watch I Heard You Say.
Okay.
I heard you say again that you never put a curse on any house. Could you please tell me then why I had to lose my shirt to save your blouse? I heard you say again that you never ever tortured any man. Could you please tell me then why are you hiding those photographs? I had to look again where I dreamed that all I had to do was try, and took some crooks for men who rented out my name for a beggar's lie. To win alone in the palace with the scoreboard lights all out. never heard another singer's voice till now.
Any equations in this one?
Yes. This is PhD level work,
Thanks.
I don't know if, I think only grad students should be allowed to do it. As I see it, there are 5 here. IIM equals IWLF. If I make the right move, I will live forever.
Interesting.
I wonder how many people actually think about that. Or, or that's how they operate. This guy did. I had to look again where I dreamed that all I had to do was try. That's so beautiful and idealistic and innocent. And that's a cousin to, if I make the right move, I'll live forever. All I have to do is try. That's a great thing. I mean, for a kid, it's hard to try sometimes. It's not easy to try. But I had to look again where I dreamed that all I had to do was try. I can think of, whenever I sing that and when I wrote it, I was thinking of a specific place too in my mind. It's near the junior high school. That's where I dreamed that all I had to do was try. And took some crooks for men who rented out my name for a beggar's lie. In other words, that isn't all you have to do is try. First, you have to try. Trying is very important, but then a lot of other stuff has to happen to get what you want. And guess what? It doesn't contradict IIM equals IWLF. If you make the right move, guess what? You won't live forever. Anyway, so that's one. This is graduate level work. Hey, Louis, check the stipend for this. This is a double stipend, right? Okay, I just want to make sure. 'Cause this, then we have the Wispy Cutoff Trio, WISTBTCOF. Why isn't anybody taking care of me? You think anybody else has ever thought that? I mean, think I'm the only one who ever felt that?
I would say no.
I would too. And then related to that is, why isn't anyone taking care of me? Who is supposed to be taking care of me? In other words, wait a second. And last, why aren't you taking care of me? So here we go again. That's a cousin to I want to blame someone. Why aren't you taking care of me? So are there any Duthoy-Einstein equations?
Do what you want when you want to. That's about it.
I'll take that as a great compliment. Yeah, the toughest, Einstein kept getting it simpler and simpler, and I did too, and I boiled it down to, you probably heard of this, W equals SA. More math, I'm sorry.
It's a common one.
Did you take in math in college or just high school?
College, unfortunately.
Really? What'd you take?
It was an accident. Calculus 2 or something, I don't know.
Okay, did you ever do any applied psychology and learn about W equals SA?
Just word on the street.
Oh, okay. W equals SA. We are social animals. And in this song, that's sort of what it's about. Didn't you put the lyrics in here? I thought I saw them. I heard you say, here it is. Okay, so we're social animals. This guy is not too happy in the first verse. Why did you put a curse on my house? And why did you torture somebody, and maybe me? Then he says, I had to look again where I dreamed all I had to just try. But then he says, I had to win alone in the palace with the scoreboard lights all out. You're alone, and you have to win alone and the scoreboard lights are out. So it's not even lighting up on the scoreboard. I had to sing alone. Never heard another singer's voice till now. So this is the guy doing W equals SA. And, against his house being cursed, the hypocritical tortures, winning alone where there isn't even a scoreboard turned on, he finds someone to harmonize with.
And did you?
Did I what?
Did you find someone to harmonize with?
Let's just say I'm working on my next equation, which might revolutionize the world if I can prove it and get it down. 2 little h equals capital H.
Is that 2 harmonies equal happiness?
Boy, oh boy, you should be doing graduate level work in this field. It's unbelievable. Have you considered it?
Maybe in the future.
In the future? Well, as Uncle George used to say to me, the future ain't what it used to be.
Well, thank you very much for taking the time to sit down with us.
Hey, thank you for being with me.